Chekhov's Chek-Up is a series dedicated to exploring the life of one of the world's greatest playwrights, Anton Chekhov. However, a more significant figure has emerged in this story who cannot be ignored. It's time for episode 2 of Mongoose Maneourvers. 1891, and Sod the Mongoose has arrived in Moscow from Colombo, Sri Lanka, with famous writer Anton Chekhov. It's minus 30 degrees, which does not suit the mongoose. However, an attentive Dr. Chekhov nurses him back to health and acclimatizes him to his new life in Russia. Unfortunately, as with his human relationships, Chekhov is fickle and self-centered, taking off with friends for a tour around Europe, leaving his family to look after Sod. In his letters home, however, Chekhov does inquire after his health. Pavel Chekhov, Anton's father, tells him, "The mongoose is well. Its behaviour is incorrigible, but deserves leniency." But all was not as it seems. To Anton's brother, Vanya, Pavel writes, "The mongoose gives us no peace. It bit off a piece of Mama's nose in the night. She was frightened when she saw the blood. Now it has healed." But peace was to come. The Chekhovs move from Moscow to a dacha in Bogimovo for the summer, and Sod vanishes into the woods. A frantic Chekhov makes sure the quest to find Sod is a priority for the local landowners, who acknowledge his urgency in a letter. "Dear Mr. Chekhov, I inform you of the terrible grief that has struck me today. At 6 this morning, my father died of acute pneumonia. I have asked many people about the mongoose, but it hasn't turned up. But in June, to the jubilation of all the Chekhovs, the mongoose is found." If only the story were to end there. As winter arrives and the Chekhovs return to Moscow, Aunt Fenichka is dying, with the mongoose leaping around as she does so. This irritates Chekhov, who decides the time has come for him and Sod to go their separate ways. Despite writing a story slagging off Moscow Zoo, they take him up on his offer of a free mongoose. The director of the zoo tells Chekhov, "The mongoose has arrived safely and does not seem to have frozen." We last hear of Sod from Anton's sister, Masha, who visits the zoo. Sod puts his paws through the bars and removes her hair combs. Records suggest that Sod lasted 2 more years. By 1895, there is no mongoose listed in the zoo's inventory. Like so many great artists before him, it is only after death that true worth is realised. Next time you watch a Chekhov play, think about that influential mongoose and the lasting impact he had on the shape of modern drama.